Hello, I'm Hugh Weehazy, Vice President of IoT and Telecommunications Research in Asia Pacific at IDC. And today we're going to talk about telecom research for 2020. For many years, telco was probably the most boring area to cover. But in the last few years, we've introduced network virtualization, 5G and Wi-Fi 6, and those topics are critical for both carriers and enterprises to understand as they position and integrate their solutions in the broader technologies of cloud, IoT, and collaboration. Enterprises need to be able to understand what their strategy is for maximizing the use of all these technologies to drive cost-effective, productive business outcomes. Everything we've done since the COVID-19 pandemic hit wouldn't have been possible without the internet and the networks that we've got in place today. It would have been a whole different world without them. Service providers, vendors, individuals, everybody needs to understand where we're heading from the point of view of software-defined networks, maintaining that flexibility and agility in delivering network capabilities now and in the future. Those are the areas that will bear fruit as we move forward through time. IDC's telecom research includes communication service providers at its core, including the carriers themselves, hyperscalers, OTT players, and they range from people like Singtel to NTT.com to Telecom Malaysia through to Spark New Zealand. We also cover the providers of solutions to those providers, including Ericsson, Huawei, Nokia, Amdocs, Qualcomm, and more. Tech vendors and integrators like Oracle, Wipro, TCS, who are providing their services to those providers, and we'll also look at the large-scale OTT and hyperscalers, including Google, AWS, Facebook, and more. We'll also discuss providers of security, analytics, and customer engagement in the CSP community. Some of the major topics that we've been talking about represent a three-pronged solution approach that telcos are providing: multi-WAN, multi-cloud, and multi-platform. Our research looks at how service providers are creating these new platforms to help organizations through their digital transformation journey by providing them with multiple levels of connectivity and also helping them to connect to multiple cloud environments in a secure, highly capable manner. From a telco point of view, we understand the strategy, the roadmaps, how service providers are pivoting to using software-defined networks, all as a key component of their overall strategy. Our roadmap for each calendar year kicks off with our top 10 predictions around connectivity and operations. During the course of the year, we understand the market landscape in the form of two major marketscapes: an overall CSP marketscape and now a new managed SD-WAN marketscape, and these drill down across the major providers in the market, looking at their capabilities and strategies going forward. Our keystone surveys cover communication services and the applications that sit on networks such as collaboration, contact center, and more, while our carrier transformation survey looks at the changes service providers are undergoing themselves to support an increasingly agile and flexible market. Underpinning all that, we're delivering documented research all through the year, driven by those 10 predictions for the major influences on the market. We'll also publish reports and forecasts covering virtual networks, 5G, multi-cloud, network security, and other topics across the course of the year, in line with the release of our data products. That's such a broad question. One of the key things we see happening in the telco market is the adoption of software-defined platforms. And that's across a range of services. Telcos play in traditional connectivity, they play in enabling multi-cloud enterprise, and they deliver next generation of services through IoT, security, analytics, and collaboration. Everything is driven by that software-defined core that service providers are developing to enable service flexibility, both in their fixed and cellular networks. We also think that the network in the future of connectedness is going to be fundamentally more intelligent. So rather than just carrying packets of data, we expect the networks to become an active participant in knowing what that data is, how important it is, who needs it, and the context of that data, so that it becomes a player in the delivery of intelligent data environments. In the future, it's more about the integration of transport and data oriented around those business and consumer outcomes. We cover a total of 17 industries in our data and survey products, including manufacturing, retail, healthcare, transportation, and government. From a country's point of view, our data products break down into emerging and developed markets, including China, Hong Kong, Taiwan, Korea in North Asia, India, ASEAN countries, and ANZ. Note we don't cover Japan within this practice area. In addition to our regional insights, we have local country teams who will go into greater detail on all the AP markets ranging from China down to New Zealand. There's a number of options. Our fundamental offering is a written syndicated report, and within our syndicated programs we write 25 reports a year, which will be a mix of forecasts, survey updates, and analyst insights on particular topics. But we'll also deliver custom reports, and these could be content assets that people use on their websites for marketing, or a commission study that may have its own research beneath it and may draw on some of our data products. To date in 2020, we've published 8 different market analysis perspective documents covering a range of topics, our telecom top 10 predictions in the Futurescape, and 2 MarketScapes. Our data products also cover carrier CapEx, telecom services, SD-WAN equipment, and managed SD-WAN market offerings, along with 5G and cellular market evolution. It's about answering those key business questions, and our research aims to answer those questions from 2 different angles. One from an internal point of view, and secondly from an external point of view. When you look at the internal point of view, it lets them answer what's happening on the technology front. What do they need to get ready? From an operational point of view, what are the challenges and some of the investments that their peers are making in different areas? Our research helps them understand what's happening in the rest of the world, as well as what's out there that could get them alongside their peers in their own journeys. From the business transformation point of view, it helps them understand what's working, what's not working in the market, what other players are offering, and how they're bundling some of those solutions. Also, the most fundamental question of what their customers want. What do enterprises and consumers want? What are they going through? And that perspective helps them build the bigger picture when they have business-oriented discussions with their enterprise customers. The biggest value is through the combination of analyst insight, market feedback, and data about products and services. Bringing those 3 together can help give a telecoms vendor or provider a really good view of the market, and we want to engage. We want to have discussions with our customers, and the members of the team are always available to answer questions, to engage deeper, to explain the data and the insights we've gathered, and to participate in developing strategies, product launches, go-to-market offerings, and so forth. We can enrich our engagements by having those conversations where we explain what we think, what we saw, and where we think things are going. For more information on any of the topics you've seen introduced here, please reach out to me and my team using the contact shown here. Thank you.